Welcome back, everyone. We're joined now by Dan Hodges, naturalist with the Johnny Appleseed Metro Parks District, and you have brought a fun, lovable little bird with you today.
This is a crazy little animal. So this is the American woodcock, otherwise known as the timberdoodle or the swamp bat or the night partridge or whatever you want to call it. It's like Scolopac's
Lots of acronyms for him.
Lots of different names for the American woodcock. What a cool animal. It's a sandpiper, but it lives in the woods, so it's kind of a weird little animal. There's a couple of interesting characteristics. First of all, it's got these great big feet that keep it from sinking in the mud. It's got this super long bill, and the bill, by the way, is flexible at the tip, and so it can open the bill like a little, like
tweezers.
Yeah, little tweezers, and so it's probing the ground for bugs and worms underneath the soil. And while it does that, it does this great little rocking thing, and we're not really sure why it does that, but it looks like he's making a little dance, you know, kind of bobbing back and forth. Funny looking animal. His eyes are set so far back on his head that his brain is rearranged. The eyes are way at the top, and they're great big, so that when he puts the bill in the ground, he can still see almost 360 degrees around him. It's amazing, but then it kind of messes with your brain. Now your ears are in front of your eye. Things are pretty weird. He does that little bobbing thing, which is pretty exciting. He's incredibly camouflaged, and so I got a little picture here, and I thought, oh, can you see that? We couldn't even find it earlier today. No. But the bird's right here in the middle of the frame. They're supremely camouflaged, and they'll sit at the forest floor, and you can almost step on them. They won't move. They're depending on that camouflage to hide them. And then when you do come close enough, boom, they fly up right in front of your face. It's very, very exciting. But right now, these guys are starting to migrate back. So they've been kind of south of us in the southern United States, here for the last, several months during the winter. But now's the time when they're starting make their way back to their breeding grounds to hopefully, find a mate, lay eggs, and raise the next generation.
Now, I know last week when you were here, you tried to get me to do some kind of a bird sound that I just, no. Do you have something comparable today?
You know what? I thought we would try it because this is the time of year when, as they're making their way back, the males are trying to attract a mate. And so they're working really hard. They have a little song and dance. And that's pretty much it. That's all the male really does for the female. He does a little song and dance. If the female thinks that's great, and then she goes and lays the eggs and raises the babies. I tried that once. My wife said, no, you still got to wash the dishes. But listen, when they set up on territory, they sit there and they'll make this little sound. They go, "Preet," and then they turn a little another direction and they say, "Preet," and they go back the other way and they say, "Preet," and they make this little sound. And so I thought we could try it too. Go ahead, let's see. So you just take, oh, there it is. Can you hear it? I tried this once before with the phone. It didn't work very well, but it's working okay now. So you're listening for that preet sound. Preet. It's easy, yeah. And you can almost call back and forth with them too when they get excited. And then what they'll do is once they think a female's nearby, they'll start flying up in the air in this great big spiral. So here he is flying up, and then he starts to float his way back down with this little drop a light. I can't mimic that sound.
No.
But he flies in this great big spiral, and then he floats his way back down right where he started, right where his singing ground was before. And then he starts over, and he says, "Preet." And you can see this too. When you go out in the morning, it's usually before sunrise or shortly after sunset. You'll hear that preet. Now just wait. And when you hear him twitter, then there you go. Oh, it's American woodcock. It's very exciting.
He is the sound man, Dan Hodges, Johnny Appleseed Metro Parks. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and we'll be back with more right after this.